NASCAR heads next to Dover this Sunday for the Dry Dean 400. Gonna go race there with Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott not having the best start to this season. Doing mediocre at best. Has not been able to find victory lane. We've got a lot of road courses left to go. I do think that he will pick up a win at some point and lock himself into the playoffs. I do think that will happen. How about Martin Truex Jr.? That guy is really set apart right now. Martin doing very, very well. 3 wins on the season so far. I tell you what, this playoff situation right now, it's crazy. This has been a very, very different season, and I think it's good for the sport. All the different winners. We've got a very different looking playoff picture coming at us later on this season. It's going to be different. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. We saw the unveiling of the new cars. I think the Mustang especially looks mean. It looks fantastic. The Toyota, I really wish that they would have gone with the Supra, but I understand why they did not go with the Supra, because the consumers have not really taken to the Supra as well as the company would have thought. I don't know if there's been issues with the car or what, but it has not been accepted as well as they had hoped. So the Xfinity Series has the Supra, so they decided to go ahead and keep the Camry. It's just a little odd to me because the Camry is not a sports car. It's a 4-door. It's a fast car. The Camry can get up and go, believe it or not. So, we've seen the Taurus in the past, Grand Prix, which that was a 2-door, but still, or actually the Pontiac Grand Prix, I want to say they had that was a 4-door at one point. So I don't know. It's just personal preference. I wish they would have gone with the Supra. You got Camaro, you got Mustang, and then Camry. It just doesn't seem to fit. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Toyota's doing well. Next season's going to be totally different for these drivers. This car, it's going to be a learning curve for everybody, and it's all going to come down to who picks it up the fastest. These cars are going to handle differently at every track. You got 5 gears to deal with as opposed to 4. The car is totally different. How they corner is going to be different. The tire package, the wheel package, everything is going to be different. So you're not going to be able to get a car and really trim it down the way that you can now. The cars are going to be delivered to the teams, and you have what you have, and you got to work with that. So I think it's going to level the playing field quite a bit. I think it's going to be very surprising next year what we see. The guys that are dominant right now, I don't look for them to be dominant next year with the new car. I think it's going to really, in a sense, go back to what stock car racing should be, as far as it's in the you got to go out there and you got to make that car work for you, and you got to be patient, and you got to pick your spots to pass, so on and so forth. I really don't know what to expect, but looking forward to it. It's going to be different. I don't like the single lug nut. I think that takes team element out of it, not having to hit all 5 lug nuts. I don't like the idea of that. And the bigger wheels, I was fine with that. But how well are those tires going to hold up, bigger tire, less rubber. It's just bigger wheel, less rubber on that wheel. I don't know. It's going to be different. That's all I can say. So anyway, we got Dover coming up on Sunday, so let's go there with Chase Elliott. He will be in the Napa paint scheme. And I've mentioned time and time and time again that Napa, I really wish they would go with different variations, different paint schemes. Still the primary sponsor, just do something different every now and then. The blue, white, yellow, we see it all the time. I just wish they would switch it up a little bit, you know? Give it a different look. Give it a fresh look here and there. Just kind of change it up a little bit. James Jenkins, hello, how are you? Hope you're having a good day. NASCAR heading to Dover for the Dryden 400 on Sunday. And that's where we're going to head right now. Playing this game is NASCAR Heat 5 for the PlayStation 4. Playing it on the expert difficulty level. Gonna see how I can do here. Dover's one of those tracks, it's almost like a roller coaster, you know. Whenever I'm driving this track, I feel like I'm constantly turning. That's how it feels to me anyway. It's a very fast track to me. I feel like it's just, you're just whipping around that track really, really quick. A lot of the drivers describe it as a roller coaster, and I can see why. Seems like it would be a lot of fun to drive for real. So, car set up, qualify set up. We're gonna change that. Go down the wheel lock. Yeah, I believe Chase will be good at Dover. I don't know. You know, if I had to pick somebody to win, I really don't know. The way that this season is going, it's really hard to say. Really, really hard to say. It's just been a very unpredictable season. Who knows what will happen? Gonna go and qualify here. Loose. Very loose, very shaky. Rear grip definitely needs some of that. Whoa, not good. Best season ever? Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's a toss-up almost every week. I mean, you never know who's going to have the right setup and who's not. And going into next year, I mean, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be a totally different learning curve next year, different cars. They're not going to know what to do. There's no data that they can really go off of because everything is new. The car is new. How they handle is going to be new. Everything. So it's just, man, it's going to be different. There's a new format, yeah. Definitely is. And bringing the new tracks in, I think that that's a lot of fun too. I personally loved the dirt race. I mean, I've never seen NASCAR on dirt in my life, so that was really cool. Talking about doing a Chicago street road course next year being a possibility, so I think that would be really neat. Man, that rear grip is just gone on this thing. I got to do something to tighten it up in the rear. As far as the rear stepping out on me. This thing is just not handling right. Got to do something here. Oops. Car is just so off, it's pathetic. Tight, loose, it's just all over the place. God. Horrible. Just horrible. Car went from loose to tight on me. All right. chose not to pit, so we'll see what happens with that. The handling is just all over the place. Needed the track position though. God, the car is horrible. That nose is trying to take off on me. I'm really having to work the gas. or a ball. But anyway, we got Dover coming up on Sunday. Who knows who's going to win that one? I'd like to say a veteran driver, but hey, with the way this season has gone, you never know. But there's no doubt about it, Martin Truex Jr., he is the hot driver right now. 3 wins on the season. Let's see what happens.